We're going to solve some more equations here. Solving for m, so we need to move the 7 to the other side. All right, by adding its opposite, and then isolating the m by dividing by the same. Negative 91 over 7. That doesn't seem, let's see, does 97 go into 91? 7, yes it does. So that equals negative 13. All right, solve for b. Okay, there's the b, which means I'm going to move the a and get it out of the way. Start to get b alone, okay? The a and d are not like terms, so I'm just going to move the d over and put the a there. And then don't forget to keep that negative right there, belongs to that 2, okay? So you want to get rid of that, so you get b by itself, d minus a over negative 2. Is it negative 2? No, it's not negative 2. Look at this. They have a negative 2 over a negative is a positive. That looks better. Okay. Right. All right. N. All right. I've got an N there and an N there. So let's see. That means I need to move this N over to the other N. If I move the 11 over, I'll have nothing on one side. We always want to have something on one side, like the variable on one side and the number on the other side, right? So let's move this N over, leaving that negative 40. This negative belongs to that 40. So a negative plus negative n, these are like terms. So this is what? Negative 20n. And then we want to get rid of the 20 to isolate the n. So a negative 40 divided by a negative 20 is also a 2. All right, sum of 3 consecutive integers. 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's a sum of 3 numbers are going to add up to 234. Okay? Now we need to use a variable here to do this. So the smallest number of the 3 consecutive integers, we'll just let that be x. Okay? And then to get to the next one, you would just add one more. And then the first number to the third number would be to add an extra 1, okay? So the first one is x to this. So those would be the 3, make up the 3 numbers. So how do we do this? This is why this is in this section. You have 1x here. Let me put the 1s in. That's a 1x, that's a 1x, and that's a 1x. So we have 3 x's plus 3, right? 234. Move the 3 over, you're going to get 3x equals 231. Then you want to isolate your x. X equals 77. So 77, remember, was the first of the 3 consecutive numbers in a row. So if you add 1 to that, you get 78. You add 1, you get 79. And just a quick check to make sure that's 17. And 7 is 4. Carry the 1, 3 is 4, 21, 22. Let me use, hang on a second, let me make sure I use my calculator here. 77 plus 78 plus 79 is 234. So I was supposed to carry the 2. Okay. So that's correct. That's my answer. Okay. The difference of 8 times a number, difference would be a negative or a minus, and 6 is an equal sign 10. Okay, 8 times a number, 8x, and 6, but the difference means it's a subtraction. All right, find the number. So that means write the equation, then solve. Move the 6 over, isolate the x equals 2. 2 times 6 is 16, minus 6 is 10. There you go. Okay, doesn't hurt to check. Let's see, a rectangular room, what is its perimeter? Perimeter is 2L plus 2W, and it says we have to 17. I don't know why it's feet long and feet wide. It doesn't matter. I think that'd be the other way around, but it really doesn't matter because we just multiply this together. We get 34 and we get 54, so P is 88 feet. And this one here, okay, interest and perimeter, okay, it's right there. Okay, P is this, that, okay, so wait a minute, P is 12 equals, right? Put them, oops, sorry, apologize for rushing. Can't rush math. Let's see, the I is 90. I'm going to follow this over here. That'll keep my eye on the ball here. P is 1200 times R. This right here as a decimal, you divide it by 100, you're going to get that, 0.025, and then we're looking for the T, right? I've got 4 variables. You can only find one at a time, so you have to be able to put the other 3 where they go. Orders of operations for an equation say to multiply that side first, you're going to get 30, believe it or not. Then get rid of the 30. That's going to be T equals 3 years. Okay. Next page. Rental company uses $2 to charge for the first hour, 50 cents for any additional hours. Oh, but then he paid $7. How many hours did he work? All right, so there's some money and there's some hours going on, right? So the money is the total part. And then it's 50 cents an hour, which is the rate, and we don't know how many hours he worked, so that's the variable, okay? And then the 2 is kind of what you're going to pay no matter what, because that's the first hour. So let's solve for x. Isolate that. So x is going to equal 10. So 10 is x. That's how many additional hours. So he paid 2 for the first hour. So that's 11. That's a little tricky. Okay. 10, the x represents the number of additional hours. So whatever I get for x has to be added to the 1 for the first hour. Okay. Then let's see. Speeding fines were determined by the formula below. F is the cost in dollars of the fine. So that's here. So this equation has 2 variables. So that means they have to tell you what one of them is so you can solve for the other ones. In this one, they're telling you what F is. And then you have to find S. So step 1 is substitution. Okay, step 2, distribution. Combine like terms. And then what? Move this to the other side because there's only one variable, so we're moving the number, number to the other side. So 9s equals what? Add them together, 585, and then divide by 9, and you get s equals 65 miles per hour. Okay. Length of board is 55 inches. The board needs to be cut into 2 pieces. One piece is 5 inches longer than the other piece. So we have 2 pieces, and together they're 55 inches. Okay, the first piece is, I don't know, and the second piece is, I don't know, plus 5, right? So this is the smaller, and this is the larger. And together they make the whole thing. Okay, so that's the way you set that up, just like the consecutive numbers. And so you have 1x here and 1x there, so you have 2x plus 5 equals 55. Move the 5 over. 2x equals 50 divided by 2x equals 25. What was x again? X is the length of the shorter board. They want to know the length of the longer piece. So 25 plus 5 is 30 inches for the longer piece. Okay, be careful with those. Hamburger shop sold a combined total of 816 hamburgers and cheeseburgers. There were 66 more cheeseburgers than hamburgers. So which one's the smaller amount? That means I have the number of hamburgers and the number of cheeseburgers, and together they make 816. I have more cheeseburgers than hamburgers. So that means the hamburgers are x, and the cheeseburgers are x plus 66. Okay, so the variable is the number of hamburgers. Okay, and so then we have 1x here and 1x here, so we have 2x plus 66 equals 816. Move over the 66, 2x equals 750. Divided by 2, x equals 375. Now, what was x again? X was the number of hamburgers. Oh, that's what they want. They didn't want cheeseburgers, they want hamburgers. So make sure you pay attention how you use whatever you get for x, okay? And the last one is 3 more than. More than is a key word that says things are out of order. That means the 3 isn't first. 2 times a number. This is 3 more than 2 times a number is, right, the same as 2 times the sum of a number and 6. 2 times, it doesn't say 2 times a number. It says 2 times the sum of a number. So that means parentheses, x and 6. That's my translation, and now I need to solve, so I distribute. And then I move things. Let's see. You're going to move this one this way. And then I got to move this one this way. So that gets rid of that. That gets rid of that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so that's going to be 9. Doesn't equal 9. So there is no solution. Or it's a, what, a contradiction? Contradiction. There's no solution. There's nothing we can put in for x that will make that equal. But that is our answer for that. Okay?